Feeling overwhelmed by money? Is money just slipping through your fingers? If you're nodding your head yes, don't worry. We've all been there before. But what if I told you there's a secret, a simple yet powerful formula that has the potential to change everything? It's like having a magic wand for your finances. Waving it can turn your money worries into financial confidence. Curious to know what it is? Keep watching. I promise you this. By the end of this video, you will feel like you can conquer anything when it comes to managing your money. So let's dive in. Welcome to our channel where we make financial education easy and accessible for everyone. Today we're discussing the 50-30-20 rule, a budgeting technique that can help you gain control of your finances by allocating your money to different spending categories. Okay, before we dive into the specifics, let me ask you a question. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? Whether you're a student just starting out, a young professional, or anyone looking to get their finances in order, this video is for you. We'll break down the 50-30-20 rule step by step, so that even if you're new to budgeting, you'll feel like a pro by the end. So let's get started. First things first, let's start with the basics. What is the 50-30-20 rule? Well, it's a simple yet effective way to manage your money by categorizing your expenses and setting limits for each category. Here's how it works. The rule suggests that you allocate 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Let's delve deeper into each category, starting with needs. Needs are the essential expenses you must pay for survival. These include housing, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Think of it as the bare necessities. We want to make sure we cover these first because without them, it would be tough to function. For example, if you have a mortgage or rent payment due, that's a need. Or if your electricity bill is due, that's also a need. Even if you could cut back on some wants to save money, you wouldn't want to skimp on your needs. That's why we allocate 50% of our income to this category. Now let's talk about wants. Wants are the fun stuff, the discretionary spending that adds more enjoyment to our lives. This includes dining out, entertainment, hobbies, subscriptions, and shopping for non-essential items. Basically, anything that isn't a need falls into the wants category. For instance, if you enjoy going out for coffee with friends, that's a want. Or if you love going to the movies, that's also a want. Remember, there's nothing wrong with wants. They're part of the fun in life. However, it's important to manage them so they don't spiral out of control. That's why we dedicate 30% of our income to this category. Finally, let's discuss savings and debt repayment. This is the 20% of our income that we set aside for building our future. This includes saving for emergencies, retirement, investments, and making extra payments on debts. Saving for the future is crucial, whether it's for a rainy day, retirement, or any other long-term goals. Investing is another important aspect of this category. It allows our money to grow over time, helping us build wealth for the future. Now that you're familiar with the categories, let's explore some real-life examples of how the 50-30-20 rule works in practice. Diving deeper into needs, let's look at some common expenses and see how they fit into the needs category. Housing, whether you own or rent your home, this is usually your largest expense. Aim to find a place that fits within your budget, but don't compromise on the essentials like safety and proximity to work. Utilities include services like electricity, water, and gas. Shop around for the best rates and consider energy-efficient options to save money. Groceries. Food is a necessity, but it doesn't have to break the bank. Plan ahead, make a list and stick to it. Consider cooking at home more often to reduce costs. Transportation. This includes expenses like car payments, gas, and public transportation. Explore cost-effective options and consider carpooling or using public transportation when possible. Other needs may include clothing, healthcare, and personal care. Set a reasonable budget for these categories based on your individual requirements. Now let's move on to wants. Wants are the things that add more enjoyment to our lives, but they aren't as essential as our needs. Here are some examples. Dining out, eating out is a treat, but it can get expensive. If you love going to restaurants, set a monthly budget for it. Entertainment. This includes things like movies, concerts, and sporting events. Look for discounts or consider having a movie night at home. Hobbies and leisure activities. Whether it's painting, playing sports, or reading, these are great ways to relax. Find affordable hobbies that fit your budget. Subscriptions and memberships. Streaming services, gym memberships, and magazine subscriptions can add up. Evaluate which ones you use the most and cut back on the rest. Shopping. While it's tempting to buy non-essential items, ask yourself if you really need them before making a purchase. And now let's talk about savings and debt repayment. This is the portion of your income that you set aside for your future. Here are some key areas to focus on. Emergency fund. Having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved can provide a safety net in case of unexpected events. Retirement. Start planning for your retirement early. Take advantage of retirement plans like 401k or IRA to invest in your future. Investments. Consider investing in stocks, bonds, or mutual funds to grow your wealth over time. Extra debt payments. If you have any high-interest debts, making extra payments can help you pay them off faster and save on interest. So there you have it. A breakdown of the 50-30-20 rule and examples of how to apply it. Now let's show you how it works in practice. Imagine you have a monthly income of $4,000 after taxes. Using the 50-30-20 rule, here's how you can allocate it. You might be wondering how you can put the 50-30-20 rule into practice. It's easier than you think. First, calculate your after-tax income. This is your income after deductions and taxes. Next, list all your expenses, differentiating between needs and wants. Then allocate the percentages, 50 for needs, 30 for wants, and 20 for savings and debt repayment. Finally, track and adjust. Regularly review your spending and make adjustments as needed. Be flexible and adapt the plan to your unique circumstances. Now let's discuss the benefits of using the 50-30-20 rule. It promotes financial peace of mind by providing a structured approach to managing your money. It helps you reach your financial goals faster by prioritizing savings and debt repayment. It reduces stress and anxiety related to finances by creating a balanced budget. It builds wealth over time by encouraging smart spending and investing habits. As we wrap up our discussion on the 50-30-20 rule, remember that you have the power to take control of your financial future. Embrace this budgeting technique to gain clarity, reduce stress, and work towards your financial aspirations. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to share it with your friends. Together you can achieve your financial dreams.